September 1st, we're into September. Worked on the secret project today. Rich came over and welded up all the stuff that I fabricated up, notched, and tacked together. And so when he was done with that, he welded our pan tabs on. I had already had them tacked in place. I went ahead and worked up the floor pan, notched it out to clear all the welds, gave it a quick machine turning. You know, we got the theme going. And we already know what we're going to do with the rest of this stuff. We just thought, gee, how can we expand on this whole idea? And I thought, you know, if I cut the Nerf bar off, you know, that's a full inch, 3/4 tube with some rubber hose on it. We can move that tank over some more. The rules say if you have an aluminum tank, you don't have to have a Nerf bar. So we cut the Nerf bar off. We lifted the tank up and above and over top of the 3/4 inch pipe that ties the front and the rear together of the Nerf. Got a piece of side panel here to show you how my panels slide right in there, right in between, you see? And that's how the panels just sit in there, and they're Zeused on to the nose and to the tail. And that, folks, that allows, when the car flexes front to rear, it allows the side panel to float and move. You got Zeus fasteners and stuff in there. And I know they're just on spring loaded. They don't have a lot of shear strength. It's pressure this way instead of this way, but it's still going to hold up things from freely moving. So we've always done our side panels like this. We never put Zeuses or anything in here because we want the side panel to freely float. Moved it over, so tomorrow morning I'll go ahead and make new templates, bend up new mount bits. Rich can get that welded on, and we can get this tank in place over the weekend. Clutch parts came for the Yamaha, so we'll be putting the clutch back together. You saw we got the Yamaha out of the trailer, so we'll get that put back together, pipe on it, and all that stuff. Probably fire it up over the weekend, make sure it's ready to go. That we're taking that one to Gingerman. This one, I believe we're going to try to take to Pittsburgh, and we'll just put it in the back of the truck and go on the cheap. Talking to John, our buddy, I'm going to pit with them underneath the canopy there. He'll help me out with any kind of tools I could possibly need. We'll bring fuel and a push bar and our suit and helmet and some specialty tools, whatever we might need. Just looking for track time, right? Make sure the seating position thing is a-okay, and tune it up if it needs tuning up. Carburetor, make sure we get the carburetor worked out and it's a-okay, and tune it up if it needs tuning up. Just shakedown, because what this does, if we can get this out at Pittsburgh, now we got October at Grattan in our back pocket. We can use for an emergency, whatever we need to do. So that makes sense. That makes sense to me. So we're not far away. I mean, if we spent 2 or 3 days just busting on this car, it could be ready to go to Gingerman next week. But that kind of throws a wrench in the cogs, right? Let's get the Yamaha shook down. We took it to Grattan. Had a little problem. I think we're going to fix the problem by getting the air gap in the clutch set correctly. If we get through Gingerman and that thing's toot sweet, it'll be ready for the alcohol carb that we've got waiting in the intake. The Yamaha will go to alcohol. The body will go on it. It'll be ready, you know, down the line, maybe Daytona, maybe October, who knows. So we're just plugging away, folks. We're just plugging away. This whole deal with the tank was just to buy me a little extra room, because I got in there, but it was still tight. Didn't have a lot of elbow room here. This is gonna work it out to where we don't have to cut on this tank at all. I cut the brackets off, but we didn't cut into the tank itself, right? So, like I said, we'll bust up some templates. We'll cut up the aluminum and put the brakes and bends in it. We'll have Rich weld that on while I'm putting the clutch together. This should be back on. A couple of pieces here after Gingerman. Get it ready to go to Pittsburgh. I'm starting to feel pretty happy about all this stuff, the scheduling and all that kind of stuff. Last couple of days, haven't brought you any videos. We've been working on a special project over here, secret project over here. I've been shooting videos for that, so I kind of get lost in all that, you know. I mean, I'm doing videos every day, but most of the last couple of days, they all been going in a file because we're not going to release them until that thing's done. So I feel like, you know, I'm doing my part making the videos, but every now and again it hits me, you know, you're not doing the public videos. You know, you were doing the ones for later. So there you go. We got plenty of room after boosting it up and moving it over top of that 3/4 inch tube so it's not touching and grounding out. We got the extra room we needed. Like I said, mounts and stuff, this thing will be right back on here. If not, tomorrow night, Saturday, Richie will weld it back on. That stuff back on will be good to go. I'll start working on templates for this stuff here. The hip bolster, the back, and the chain guard. That's the most involved piece, is this one here. Because we got to make sure our hoses don't get into the chain. The hoses aren't going to get hot and burn us, that everything's protected. We also want it all on Zeus's, these two panels. So we can easily access everything, make it easy to clean the cart, make it easy to do maintenance and work on a cart, change gear, what have you. So that's it. That's it. Just played around with this a little bit today when we were done with the secret project there. And excited about the next month. September's here. 2 race weekends this month for us. Not tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the weekend after at Gingerman. A weekend off back home, and then a weekend near the end of the month at Pittsburgh. So hope everybody's well. We're praying for you all. Hang in there. Godspeed. God bless. It'll get better. It looks pretty good.